In the previous lecture of electronic measurement and instrumentation, we have seen the emitter follower voltmeter circuit. The emitter follower voltmeter circuit was designed due to there was some problem in the PMMC instrument, in the PMMC voltmeter. The problem was it was unable to read the very low voltages, and another problem that it has a low input impedance. Because of this, it can introduce loading effect when it is connected across the circuit. So to increase the input impedance, one transistor is connected, emitter follower BJT transistor is connected in series with the voltmeter, and the voltage which we have to measure is applied at the input side of the circuit. So this is the simple modification to make the voltmeter able to remove the loading effect when the voltmeter is connected across the circuit. So by adding emitter follower BJT transistor, we can reduce the voltage gain, and also the input impedance is relatively very high than the impedance of the voltmeter. But the problem was in this circuit, the problem was that the input voltage Vin and output voltage Vm was not linear. Means there was a non-linear relation between input voltage and output voltage. Because of this instrument can introduce some error. So to remove the error, this circuit still needs some modification, and the error was due to the base emitter voltage drop between base to emitter voltage VBE. So to remove this voltage, we have been connected another identical emitter follower circuit to produce a negative voltage of the base emitter voltage. This voltmeter is connected from here to here, and a resistance is connected here, Re, and this transistor suppose this is Q1 and this is Q2. This transistor Q2 is very identical to the transistor Q1 to introduce the similar negative voltage as it appears here. The similar negative voltage of the base emitter voltage we have to produce at the other terminal of the voltmeter. So to solve this purpose, an identical transistor is connected here. This is VCC applied, and if we left this voltage, this terminal at 0 volt, the voltage drop here will be minus VBE. If we apply 0 volt here, the voltage drop here will be minus VBE, and the voltage received here will be same as V in applied voltage. So by connecting this circuit, I can ensure that the voltmeter will receive the similar voltage which is applied at the input side of this circuit. The voltage applied here, exactly the same voltage will appear here across the voltmeter, and we will get an accurate reading. But the problem is, how can we satisfy this condition that the transistors Q1 and Q2 will be similar to each other? How can we ensure this? This is the property of the material. We cannot always ensure that the these two, even if they are made up of the same material, they cannot be identical to each other. That's why the VBE generated here due to the transistor Q1, this VB1 will always not be equal to the voltage generated here VBE2. For this purpose, we have seen that we connected another modification here. We have connected a potential divider. This is VCC and this is some negative voltage, suppose minus VEE. By connecting this potential divider, we can adjust this terminal exactly at the same potential as appears here. By adding this potential divider, we can generate the same negative potential as the potential appears at the base emitter terminal of the transistor Q1. So all purpose is solved and this instrument is ready to generate an accurate measurement. So this relation is linear and this instrument is complete. This is called emitter follower voltmeter circuit. So by using this potential divider, we can ensure that this voltage appears here is exactly negative of this voltage. By how can we ensure? First of all, we will left this terminal of the transistor Q1, base of the transistor Q1 at 0 volt. When this terminal is at 0 volt, we will adjust this jog. We will adjust this jog at the point where this voltmeter produces zero deflection. Means the potential across the voltmeter is zero. So if the potential across this voltmeter is zero, that means the potential here and potential here, these two potential are same. That means when voltmeter gives zero deflection, at that time this potential VBE1 appears at this point also. In this way, we can generate the similar potential of VBE1 with the negative sign at the base emitter terminal of the transistor Q2 by adjusting this jog, and then the voltage we have to measure we apply at this terminal and we will get an accurate result. So this is the complete information for the emitter follower voltmeter circuit. We will see another thing in this circuit, that if we calculate the voltage gain of this circuit, we will get the voltage gain AB of this circuit is V out upon V in. V in is this potential, V out is the potential across the voltmeter, and we will get Vm upon V in. Because Vm is equal to V in, the voltage gain is 1. That means this circuit will not provide any voltage gain to the input potential. This circuit will not provide any voltage gain to the input potential. But still, this circuit is able to solve the two problems. The first one is loading effect, and the second one is the PMMC voltmeter was not able to measure very low potential at its input. So Even this circuit has voltage gain 1, it is not providing any voltage gain, but still it removes two problems of the PMMC voltmeter. We will see some example related to the emitter follower voltmeter circuit. The question is, an emitter follower voltmeter circuit is given. Emitter follower voltmeter circuit is given as given VCC is equal to 20 volt, beta for the transistor is given 99, IM RM is given 9.3 kilo ohm, IM is given 1 milliampere at full scale deflection. IM is equal to 1 milliampere at full scale deflection. We have to calculate, the first one is calculate IE when E is given 10 volt. The second one is calculate value of R. We have to calculate input impedance, input resistance, with and without transistor. Emitter follower voltmeter circuit is given. Emitter follower voltmeter circuit is given. The value for the VCC is 20 volt. Resistance of the voltmeter is 9.3 kilo ohm. The question says that when the input potential is 10 volt, calculate the value of current through the voltmeter. Means we have to calculate this current IM, that means the potential difference across this voltmeter should be known to us, because resistance is given 9.3 kilo ohm. To calculate the current across this voltmeter, the potential difference means Vm should be known. How can we calculate Vm? We will apply KVL at the input terminal and we will get this is E minus this potential drop is VBE. This here is a potential drop between base to emitter and we will get E minus VBE minus, here is positive, this terminal is negative, minus Vm is equal to 0. We have to calculate this value. E is given 10 volt, VBE 0.7 volt is equal to Vm is implies that Vm is equal to 9.3 volt. We have to calculate this current. We will get IE is equal to Im is equal to Vm by Rm. Vm is 9.3 volt upon Rm is 9.3 kilo ohm. 9.3 into 10 power 3. It is 1 milliampere. When the voltage applied at the input side, input terminal is 10 volt, we will get a full scale deflection of 1 milliampere, because at the 1 milliampere this will show full scale deflection. Means at the when the input voltage is 10 volt, we will get a full scale deflection and we will get a current of 1 milliampere. The second question is, we have to calculate the input impedance when this transistor is connected across the voltmeter and when this transistor is not connected across the voltmeter. So first we will calculate when the transistor is connected across the voltmeter, the input resistance will be, when the transistor is connected across the voltmeter, the input resistance will be Rin is equal to V in upon I in. Input impedance means the potential across the input terminal and the current passing from the input terminal. So the input resistance can be written as V in upon I in. This current I in this case is IB. So we will write it as Rin is equal to V in upon IB. V in is known to us, it is 10 volt. V in is 10 volt. We have to calculate the value of IB. How can we find IB? In the very first lecture of this emitter follower voltmeter, I stated some relation as IC is equal to beta into IB and IE is equal to beta plus 1 into IB. Which value is known to us? IC is known or IE is known? IE is known. We have calculated in the previous case IE as 1 milliampere. So what will be the value of IB? IB will be, IE is, because IE is 1 milliampere, value of beta is 99 given here. So I will write IE is equal to 1 milliampere is equal to 99 plus 1 into IB. So the value of IB will be, IB is equal to 10 power minus 3 by 100, means IB is equal to 10 power minus 5. IB is 10 power minus 5 ampere. From here we can calculate the input resistance, and this input resistance will be R in is equal to 10 volt upon 10 power 5 minus 5 milliampere. This is equal to 10 upon 10 into 10 power minus 6. This is 1 mega ohm. So this is the value when transistor is connected with in series with the voltmeter. What is the input resistance of this voltmeter circuit when the transistor is not connected? This is the Rm, and Rm is equal to given 9.3 kilo ohm. It is an important result here that when the transistor is not connected, the input impedance for the voltmeter is 9.3 kilo ohm, and after connecting this transistor with the voltmeter, we will get an input impedance of order of the mega ohm. This is an appreciable change in the input impedance after connecting this transistor with the voltmeter. There is some other exercise, but we will discuss in the next lecture. So this is all for today. Thank you.